Hello, hello, welcome to day 20, and I am doing a do-over on this. So I did the one yesterday. I have to get the formula right to be seen, and apparently the sound cut out all through the middle of it. So let's do a do-over on that. So just my monologue about this is, let's call it in the coaching world, whatever world you're in order to be seen, to be known, and that, they talk about different formulas and SEOs and all that stuff. Like, you've got to do this to be seen. And there's truth to, like I said on the other video, trust in God, but tie your camel, pray to God, but row to shore, like doing your part. Like my web guy does what he can to keep my website, when my name is searched, to find that. But I see other things have kind of surpassed that. It's just the way you do the best you can with it. But what I find is when we get stuck and caught, we become sort of paralytic in our ability to move forward, because it's like we get caught up in this intellectual minutia, the formula, like I've got to get this right. And I so appreciate, Michael, you posting that, because it's just so easy to get caught up in that. And to me, that is all very much a product of the culture that we live in. It's highly based in the ego that's about, you're the one that has to make it happen. And what I find is it's devoid of allowing whatever you believe is a higher power to work through us, to create magic, let's call it that, through us, to let me mute that, allow us to allow things to come through us rather than by us. Otherwise we get caught up. I've got to make this happen. I've got the one that's doing it. I've got to get the right SEO. I've got to follow the formula in order to be seen. And yet, if you believe even if it's you believe in a wiser part of yourself, isn't it possible that part is so much more powerful than even anything our culture would tell us? So let's tap. Karate chop. Even though I've heard it said, I have to get the right formula. I have to make sure I've got my SEOs in place. I've got to get visible. I choose to acknowledge I feel this way now. Even though I've been told I've got to make it happen. It's all up to me. What if I could see this differently now? Even though I've learned to believe, if it's gonna be, it's up to me. What if there's a whole other way to see this? I choose to honor myself right now. I've got to get it right. I've got to do it right. I've got to try harder. I've got to capture the right formula to be seen. And if I don't, I'm not going to be seen. But what if it's possible that there's a force in this world that's greater than all the SEOs, all the formulas, all the algorithms? And what if I could turn to that force and ask to be used for the highest good? Whatever's meant to move through me, let it move through me. And what if every time I catch myself stressed out, in fear or worry about how to make this happen, what if that's the perfect opportunity for me to take a step back, to stop pushing so hard, to go do something that brings me joy. And what if from that place, I open up to something amazing to happen? And what if things aren't seeming to work out so well for me right now? Despite all my effort, all my trying, what if there really is such a thing as divine timing, right timing, divine order? And what if in the right time and in the right way, things will open up for me when they're meant to? And if they're not, what if it doesn't mean I'm doing anything wrong? What if it's just not the right time right now? And what if I meant to learn how to practice trusting? Because that is a practice. Allowing things to be worked out through me rather than by me. And what if this force is using this experience to draw me closer in so that I can be used for the highest good in the right time and the right way? Take a breath. Hi, Barbara. Happy to see you here. Every time I find myself getting caught back up and like pushing harder and making it happen and more, I just know it's just more and more time to unhook. And I think my biggest lesson, well, I have many of them, and I don't really like lessons to a degree, I guess, because I would say this, I don't ever think we're tested. I don't think we're tested. I think, yeah, do we have a curriculum? Is our soul have a different agenda than we do? Does it know more than we do? Does this force of love, whatever you want to call it, God, Spirit, the Great Spirit, Source, the universe, does it have better things in mind than we can in what, is more of our small self? And when we see it that way, to me, it just creates such relief. Instead of I've got to push harder, I've got to find the right formula, I've got to find the right algorithm, I've got to make sure that happens, I'm not going to be seen. Because you can do all that, get the right algorithm, and still not be seen. You can get all that stuff right, dot the I's, cross the T's, and yet still it's not happening. And what we tend to do is beat ourselves up. And I am such a firm believer now. I just see this, and I say this from all the thousands of sessions that I've done. I've done everything like that. Is there because we're meant to learn how to be kinder to ourselves, how to have more self-compassion. And that's a journey. So Barbara, great to see you. If you found this helpful, tap on it as many times as you need to, and I'll post this, and then we're back tomorrow with day 21. That's it. Bye. Bye, Barbara.